Jenny McCarthy Show.
Oh! Welcome back to the Jenny McCarthy Show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. You guys, you have no idea how excited I am. I'm friends with them, been friends for a long time. A lot of people don't know that I starred with her on my very first sitcom called Jenny, a.k.a. a disaster. But I just watched the pilot on YouTube literally this weekend and was like, oh my God, Heather is so good.
Aww.
Heather, known as Heather Paige Kent back in the day, now Heather Dubrow. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
Married to the best plastic surgeon in the world. You guys see him on Botched. And also, if you love my tits, you love him. Dubrow.
Hi, Terry.
Best intro ever.
I am so excited to talk to you guys. You guys know how much I love you, respect you. You guys are on fire. Like, you did the face products, sold those. Love the face serum, by the way.
Thank you.
Love it. Whatever you call it. I don't know the words for it.
Consult
Beauty. I think you like the Volumigen, yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And now, this is funny, you guys. I text Heather, literally, what does it say? Saturday, September 22nd, 10:20 p.m. I wrote to Heather, just saw you on IG. Please, please, please tell me how you are so skinny. What is your secret? I live in Chicago and I got fat. You look younger and more beautiful and fabulous every time I see you. Need tips on being skinny. Help a fat girl out. So literally I got a text back that says, douche, I'm coming on your show in October to promote it. And now she's here with the Dubrow Diet. You guys, thank you so much for being here.
Was that hilarious, though?
It's so fucking funny because literally I saw the Instagram post and I was like, what fucking virgin blood is she drinking? I know Terry's good, but this is like a weird, like Fantasy Island drank the well and reversed aging.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, everyone always thinks that I have like a magic chamber in our bedroom. Well, we do, but it's not for anti-aging. That's a whole different show. Hello. No, but it really is the Dubrow diet. We started eating and living like this about, 3.5 years ago, and really perfecting the whole thing. And it's given us these ageless bodies. I mean, I hate to talk age, but, Terry just turned 60.
Can you believe it?
Shut up.
Yes.
60.
And
You're
Jenny,
lying to me.
do you know how old I'm going to be in January?
No.
I might vomit when I say it, but I'm going to be 50. Yes.
What?
Yes.
What happened?
How'd that happen? I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but here's the good news. We look and feel better than I think we ever have. Like, I'm more confident in a bikini now than I think I was at 25.
Yeah.
Well, of course, because you look like you're fucking 18 years old.
Except the boobs.
And Terry, your face, that's funny. Terry, you haven't changed. Like, the day I met you, you look exactly the same.
And I have abs. What is a guy like me doing with abs?
How the fuck do you find time for abs?
He's shredded.
I'm actually weirdly sort of shredded. It's this diet. It's this change in understanding of diet technology that allows you to do this.
All right, let's dive in and sell this book because we have a lot of big book buyers that listen. The Dubrow Diet, you guys, pick it up right now. Interval eating to lose weight and feel ageless. Let's dive in. How did you come up with it? Or is this something that someone taught you and you just are copying it?
So I've always been fascinated with the concept of what's called intermittent fasting. Everybody sort of knows what intermittent fasting is.
Yeah, but when you think of that, you think of like skinny, tired people, right? When you think of fasting, that's like a bad word.
And it sounds difficult, but actually intermittent fasting is a way in which you can preferentially, if you don't eat for certain periods of time and then you eat kind of normally during other shorter periods of time, you actually, as opposed to using sugar for food, you use fat immediately for food. So immediately, every single day, you burn your fat. But what's interesting is a Nobel Prize came out 2 years ago regarding the fact that if you go on this type of diet, and we figured out how to make this diet work on a practical level, if you go on this diet, you not only break fat down every single day, but once you get past the first couple of days, you are literally, and we're not exaggerating, never hungry. You have twice the energy, and your cells go into this process called autophagy, where they get better at cell renewal, reduce inflammation, and you just are a younger, healthier person.
Is this ketosis?
It's not ketosis. The ketotic diet is a type of diet where once you get in the ketotic state, which is very difficult to get into, and you have to eat super high-fat foods, kind of icky food.
Of course, you got to choke down oil.
Once you do
cheese and bacon.
Exactly. Once you do get in the ketotic state, then you preferentially break down fat as fuel. This is normal physiology where on a daily basis you break down fat as fuel. So your inflammation's less, your insulin, your sugar, all those sort of bad things. This diet is a game changer for your life. I swear to you.
Okay,
know,
so you figured out how to do this without having to get your fucking ass into ketosis.
Exactly.
You're getting the same results without having to do all that shit.
Way better results.
I mean, if I said, hey, I've got a program, because you texted me, and what I would have texted you back if we weren't going to see you today was I would have said, hey, listen, I've got this plan that is totally attainable and sustainable. This is a life program. It's not we call it a diet, but it really is a lifestyle. We've been living like this for over 3 years. My weight has completely remained the same, and I eat everything I love. You know me, I eat.
Yeah, you do.
I love eating. I love food. I'm a New York Jew.
Right. You
But-
don't just move it around the plate.
No, I eat, but you have to know when to eat and what to eat. So we have devised this plan. It's really simple. There's 3 phases. There's like a quick start. There's the second phase, which gets you to your goal weight. And then there's a maintenance phase. There is maintenance. There is alcohol on the diet after the first quick. Well, a girl's got to have her champs. Come on.
Yeah.
There's alcohol on the diet. There's cheating built in. There's everything you need. But what's amazing about it is not only are you going to lose the weight, you're going to have more energy than you. I don't drink caffeine.
See, that's huge because everyone is so fucking tired.
Yes.
I mean, even Goop is talking about it. Like, are you exhausted?
Right.
Like, if it's on Goop, then it's everywhere.
We must be exhausted.
Right.
But we're not. You have energy on this diet. It sounds counterintuitive, but you do.
Can you guys give me an example of your breakfast to bedtime meals?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was never a big breakfast guy anyway. So when the whole idea is to have a certain sustained period of time where you don't eat. So you can arrange this according to your schedule. Whatever periods of time you want to not eat, you don't eat. But here it works. It's about 16 hours minimum of not eating. So you know you sleep at least 8 hours.
I was going to say, can I count those sleeping hours?
Yeah,
do.
of course.
You do. So you take the last time that you ate a meal. Let's say you end at 8 o'clock that night. Well, 8 to 8 is 12. So all you need is 6 more hours of not eating. But during this period of time, the way our diet varies from a typical intermittent fasting diet is we actually let you eat a certain amount of foods during that non-eating period so that you don't go crazy. So you don't want to eat your arm off, right?
Right, I was going to say, or kill your spouse.
Or kill your spouse, or be in a bad mood. So there are certain things you can eat, and we have little tricks to get you through the initial few days, which can be a little tough because you're adjusting your body to not eating for a longer period of time. But you go 6 more hours after the 12, right? And then you're 18, and then you can eat a regular meal.
And this is every day?
This is every day, but we give you 3 different tracks to do it. There's a slow, medium, and a fast track. So you can choose a 12-hour, a 14-hour, or a 16-hour. We have done this research for the last 3 years and really honed this entire program. And we truly feel that the 16-hour is absolutely the way to go for maximum fat burning and to get your results the fastest.
Heather, can you still have mashed potatoes with whipped cream?
Yeah.
And steak?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
But what's really interesting
But we
about this
teach you
diet-
how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
After a week and a half, suddenly, you know how you get hungry in the middle of the day and you're tired and you want to
Cranky,
eat? Makes you
hangry?
even more tired.
Hangry.
After you get into this diet and you get it, your body gets it in a short period of time, then suddenly you're in control of your appetite. You basically no longer have an appetite. It's the weirdest thing. You kind of have to remind yourself during the eating period to eat. So
How long does it take to get to that point?
About 4 or 5 days. What's interesting is instead of food controlling you, you control it. All
That's
of a sudden,
everything.
food is fuel. You take it off the table. But then when you do eat, you get to eat the things that you love the way you love to eat them.
Let me plug the book again in case people are in the car going, say the name of the fucking book. It's called The Dubrow Diet, Interval Eating to Lose Weight and Feel Ageless. Are you guys backed up by a doctor that's a nutritionist or anything?
Well, I'm, an anti-aging specialist, but we are backed up by the 2016 Nobel Prize for Medicine and Physiology. That's what this diet is based on.
Well, also, the proof is in the way you guys look. Anyone can Google you right now and see. Hey, you guys look at them 25 years ago when I met them. They looked exactly the same.
Well, I didn't have a six-pack.
No, you did have a
years
little.
ago.
You didn't have that six pack.
Yeah, I had the Dr.
No, he
bod.
didn't.
You
You
guys
had the dad bod before you were dad.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you guys first started dating, Heather? And there was the first date was Boobgate.
Oh,
Yes.
remember that? The
I
honk.
can't believe he honked my
Wow,
boob.
she remembers that.
Do you remember where we were? Do you remember the restaurant?
Yes.
We were at
I don't.
the Buffalo Club.
You know what? I reached around. First of all, I couldn't believe I was with this cute a girl. What's a guy like me doing with this cute a girl?
I think it was the second date.
I inappropriately reached around, and I was giving her a hug, and I saw, there's her breast.
Honked my boob.
And I honked a boob.
And totally, and
crazy.
I went
on
nuclear.
You did?
Yeah, that was the
honked.
second date. I think the first date he ordered a frangelica and steamed milk. It was really stacked against him.
Yeah,
it was a lot of weird behavior. And now, 22 glorious years later,
I still honk a boob occasionally.
well, now I like it.
I mean, you guys, 22 years. It's so great that you guys have been together that long. How have you made it last? Because I
Separate
surely haven't gotten that long.
bathrooms, for sure.
You know what? We've learned how to fight. That's really important.
How do you learn how to fight? How do you? Because I talk of that all the show, all the time on the show. How to
Well,
fight.
we used to do it terribly because we had such different ways of fighting. I like to talk it out and get it over with, and Terry likes to walk away and cool off. And then he's over it, and I need to vent, and that's been an ongoing thing. But now, what we do is we'll text each other. We'll walk away from each other, take a breath, and text each other, take the tone and the emotion out of it.
Isn't that a weird way to resolve a fight?
It's not. Everyone has their own ways of doing it, and whatever works, I think, is the best.
I think when it gets really bad in the moment and it's totally not fixable and it's kind of something semi-serious, go to another room, text each other what you're talking about, and it takes the tonality out of it. You know what I mean?
It does. For some can read it. You can project how you're feeling.
Yeah.
It's
You
true.
can read into the text. I think for us, I think we've been so lucky because honestly, we don't have a lot of real stuff to fight about. It's just normal bickering
No, exactly.
kind of stuff. With 4 kids and 12 jobs, it's a lot.
You guys seem just like the typical married couple. Do you also remember, I'm going to bring down memory lane, because we're going to talk about that incredible house that the world's been waiting to see, and you finally revealed it. But I want to back up to the houses where I backed up your toilet.
That was in our rental house.
Before they moved into their glorious house years prior, I went to go visit Heather, and I'm like, I have to use the bathroom. And then I came out, I go, I just took the biggest shit.
By the way, you made me take a picture of it, and I still have it. I got to go find it.
To this day, I'm like, now there's 14 bathrooms in your new house, right?
Yes.
Have you seen Heather's Closet, the initial house tour yet?
Of course. I went on it last night. I go, because I saw everyone going, finally.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit, it's like the Vatican. Your whole house is unbelievable.
Thank you.
You did an amazing job, you guys.
Thank you. So
how many tits did it take to build that house?
It took a lot of skincare sales, let's put it that way.
Yeah, we call it it's funny, our first product 20 years ago when we started our skincare company, we were jokingly calling it the Pimple Pop. And so I said, someday we're going to build the Pimple Pop Palace. And that's what we call our house now, the Pimple Pop Palace, because really, I think our skincare probably paid for it.
Probably.
You got to plug the name of it again. Don't just call it the
Consult
skincare.
Beauty.
There we go.
So this house, I actually didn't have a designer for. This one I did with my builder, and I just designed the whole thing. And then I brought someone in to do the furniture and the soft goods with me because I just don't have a lot of time to do the legwork on that stuff. But every detail edge, every molding, every piece of tile, marble, I picked everything.
It's fucking gorgeous. How do
Thank
you
you.
deal with, I love the way that you presented it. You're like, listen, some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. You're just totally honest about it. How do you deal? I mean, for the most part, every single person that I've seen is like, oh my God, this is amazing. There's always the one that projects their own yuckies.
Right.
How do you just go, fuck them?
You know what? I'm so sensitive that in the past I haven't been that good about doing that. But now with the house, especially, so many people have asked to see it. And I didn't think anyone cared anymore. But like when I walk around town, or in airports, everyone's like, can we see the house? So I finally went, all right, let me do it. But let me do it as sort of like a yearbook or a scrapbook for my family. That's why I interviewed the kids and Terry's brother and the builder, like anyone that kind of lives there or was involved in it, and turn it into a little show.
Yeah, but as opposed to like on the Housewives where it was sort of
Snarky.
70% nice, 30% trolling meanness, the comments I've noticed about the house is like 99% people going, it's really nice, and 1% going, you don't have anything better to do with your money, give it to charity, that kind of thing.
And that's got to tell you something about you and you guys and how you present yourself. Very likable. Heather, people are going nuts begging for you to come back on the Housewives of Orange County. I like myself, I have to watch the shows for this show.
Right.
And OC is just not the same without you.
Oh, thanks.
Please tell me that feels a little good.
That you say that, yes. But I will tell you, on the house tour thing, so I had all the kids interviewed, and Max and Nikki are almost 15, and they finally watched it, and my son comes in yesterday, and he's like, Mom, that's so cringy. How could you do that? Does Evan tell you that things are cringy?
Evan, oh yeah, cringy. Evan made us quit on our 3rd season.
Oh,
the
really?
camera showed up to shoot our show, and he goes, I quit. I go, it's day one of season 3. And he goes, pull the plug. I'm going through puberty. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, our kids felt the same way.
Yeah, it was
by the way,
bad.
it'd been since so long since I had seen Evan, and then I saw him the other day.
Yeah.
First of all, beautiful.
Oh, he's
what
so
a beautiful
handsome.
boy.
I
And
know.
secondly, sweetest human being on the planet, right? Ever. Like
The
one of those
sweetest.
angelic sort of people
Yes.
walking the earth kind
Yeah.
of people.
He is. He's like a little Gandhi. Wait till you guys, like, for real. He's going to, like, change the world.
It's awesome.
I have to bring back the Housewives just for a second because you guys know I have to.
Yeah, go.
But it was something I know that, Terry, you really wanted Heather to do. Heather was like,
Yeah, she didn't want to do it.
She didn't want to do it.
No.
Would you ever go back, Heather?
You know, I hate that answer. Never say never. But if I say no, and then 3 years from now I'm like back on the show, living my best life, like, oopsies, didn't mean that. Like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was a good run, 5 years. I feel like I've checked the box. I love what I'm doing now. I love doing my podcast, Heather Dubrow's World, and I've got my YouTube channel. We've got our skincare. We're in Minnesota.
You're doing just fine without the show.
Well, I'm doing different things, you know, and we're in Minnesota 14, 15 times a year with Consult Beauty. We have our new book out, the Dubrow Diet. I've got 4 kids. I mean, I'm busy. I got a lot going on.
But never say never.
But never say never. You don't know.
Would you, because I know, remember when you turned down, that's what they said about even coming out as a friend. Not even a friend right now?
I just think that's the kind of show you either have to be all in or all out. I don't think you can dip your toes in that. But no, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Terry, I mean, were you, because you have to get someone involved in the show, were you like, oh my God, I made my wife do this and now shit just got real on the show?
It was a lot more. It's funny because when I wanted her to do it initially, I thought it would be a lot of fun because I'd never watched even a single episode of any Housewives show. And then we were fighting back and forth. I go, let's do this. They really want us to do it. She goes, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And then she finally, I wore her down. She agreed to do it. And I thought, you know, I should watch an episode. And I brought up an episode online, and the only thing I could find was Tamra throwing wine in some girl's face.
He showed it to me. That's what he showed me.
And I went, and I go over and I go, we cannot do this show.
So but he showed me the scene of Tamra throwing the wine on Gina Keogh, and then Brianna was there going, oh, I thought this was a classy party, and like this whole thing. And I started laughing, and he's like, why are you laughing? I go, oh, it's a Christopher Guest movie. It's a satire. I could do that.
Oh my God.
But I said, do you realize what we're getting ourselves involved with?
But I
now?
will tell you this. We were talking about fighting before.
Yeah.
We were fighting on the show about being on the show.
Yeah.
And that is very difficult on a marriage. That reality thing. I mean, there's a reason there's a curse with this. I think it polarizes what's going on with you. And also, it's so difficult. And that is a real job. I mean, that was harder to do than any scripted television show I've ever done.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I was very unplugged on that show. I was just out of control.
Yeah, and he didn't care, which made me crazy, right?
I just thought it was amusing.
Yeah, you wanted to reel it in, Heather.
Yeah,
He's
right.
just like flapping around like a fish.
I was.
Yeah, didn't care. That was hard. And so we fought on the show. And then at one point, I said to him, I go, look, I think it was like our 3rd season or something. And I said, I don't think this show is good for our marriage. And if we can't figure out a way to do this and not fight, we're done. And so we figured out a way to do it.
Yeah, we made it through. We were one of the few couples, I think.
Well, don't say it out loud or else they're going to like announce our divorce.
I know. You guys,
No, but you know what? They tabulate the number of couples that have divorced who were on Housewives shows.
Really?
Yeah.
30. Wow. 30 couples who went on the show
believe it.
divorced.
You guys
30.
just got out by the hair of your chinny chin chin. I
Thank
know we're running out of
goodness.
time. Let me plug the book again. Terry, Heather Dubrow, you guys know how much I love you. The Dubrow Diet. You guys pick up the book. I know you will. Interval eating to lose weight and feel ageless. I'm going to go on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to post photos as I go along.
Awesome.
And then if it doesn't work, I get free plastic surgery, Terry.
You can get free plastic surgery anyway. You don't need it, by the way.
I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys soon.
Okay, bye, honey.
Pick up the book, you guys, right now. We'll be right back.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!